Yeah. Oh my.
Well, somebody got to entertain the folks, aren't we live?
Yes, we are live. Doggone it. I'm looking for that tape. Oh
Damn
my
it,
word.
Gumpy. And you
Damn it.
know it's going to drive you absolutely
It's
batshit
gonna
stinking crazy until you
drive me
find
nuts till I find it. Absolutely. Oh my God. I'm gonna share this out. Hit that like
it.
button
Okay,
and share it out.
you need to mute your YouTube.
Yes, we are live. Doggone it. I'm looking for that tape.
Damn it, Gumpy.
Hey Joy. Sorry. I'm having a moment. Hey Kit Kat. Hey, what did she say? Oh, two favorite ladies. Oh, thank you. Lovable Rogue. Hello. Don't forget to hit that top or that live chat. And also, hey Eric. Also, everybody, make sure that you hit that like button and share this out. I'm on a mission. I am looking for a specific video, and you think I can find it? Hell no.
No.
I'm
It
telling
was
you
either
what.
2 or 3 years ago, Uber. Probably
Oh,
three, closer to three.
you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me see.
Oh, and here my ass is on Top Chat. What a rookie.
There you go. Hey, Shell.
Good.
Hey, Suburban. How's it going, honey? Heather. Joy. We're having a moment. Well, I shouldn't say we. It's I am having a moment. You know how long it's been since.
Eric, hello. Kit Kat, Heather, everybody, hello. Hello, hello. Been a while since I've seen you guys, and been a while since we did a paranormal night. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you tell him, Daphne. You tell him.
So,
Well, we were going to talk about the Whaley House tonight, originally.
right, but my guest is moving, and she asked if we could do it another night, and I'd already went live and told y'all that, we were going to be doing Paranormal Nights tonight, so we're just going to do something else. And in the midst of doing something else, let me see.
Hey, hippie soul. Oh, good
Hey,
Lord.
everybody, hang tight with me. I'm looking. So, gosh darn it, I get like this and I get flustered.
I know. And then you get so focused on trying to
I know,
find something, and then it's like, ah.
I know, you know how it is. Let me see if I can find it.
Hey, hips. Glad to see
Hey,
you.
Crocheter, how's it going?
Give folks a few more minutes to come in and get warmed up around here. I'll tell you what, there's some fuckery going on the YouTube streets, and I'm glad I'm staying very far away from it.
I am.
I refuse to engage.
The only thing I got to say is anybody that throws a dead child in a mother's face, such as what Roger Brown did to Shannon, is crazy, nuts. That's all I got to say about it. And it pisses me off.
Not cool.
Not cool at all. No.
Not cool. Not cool at all.
Mm-mm. Nope. So, okay, so what I'm looking for, guys, is I am looking for a video that was done 2 to 3 years ago, and that's where I'm having an issue. So let me look while we keep you guys busy. Oh, hi everybody. So I'm just wondering if I didn't, you know, put it on private.
I think maybe you did.
Yeah.
I think you put it on private, if I remember correctly. I seem to remember a conversation somewhere along the line
I could
about
have.
putting it on private
I could have very well
because
done that.
of what occurred during that show.
Bright of lighting
Okay,
in here.
that's not one.
Kit Kat, I haven't seen Lincoln's video. I didn't know he did one.
Oh, I haven't showed her that yet, Kit Kat. I haven't gotten that part yet. I've been busy.
You're slipping. You are slipping. You are
I
slipping.
will. Okay, so here's what the scenario is. So, okay, that's with Marta. So, Kit Kat was taking a video of her little boy or her grandson, and there's all these orbs in front of him, and so she shut it off right away, and did it again, and then there was no orbs. I'll have to show it to you. Remind me, please. I did forget. I'm so sorry. So anyway, that's
Ooh, Heather's making macaroni and cheese.
The conditions are
Yum. Yum.
cheese.
All right. Kit Kat says for me to message her quickly on the twatter. Hold on just a minute.
Right, she'll probably send it to you. So welcome everybody. I'm sorry I'm being rude right now. I'm looking for a video with Paula.
Kit Kat, you're locked down. I'm gonna have to ask to follow you, and you'll unless your DMs are open. Hold
Here,
on.
I can play it if she wants me to. I can't. Well,
Yeah, play it.
I can't because it's showing Lincoln.
Oh well, shit.
I can't do it.
All right.
Man, this is gonna drive me nuts. It's gonna drive me nuts. Who dat?
Satan music. I don't need that. No, I don't need you. We're gonna leave that conversation. Have a nice day.
Do what?
I get the weirdest damned message requests and stuff on my witch's cauldron twatter because people are weird and they do neat little things, like send you naked pictures and shit, and that's just
You don't like naked pictures?
not the ones they're sending me.
Oh, well, that's not good.
And it's like, ew. I don't get it. And the thing of it is that a lot of people who have like business accounts for an occult related business, a pagan owned business, or, someone who is a Satanist or, a witch or whatever, Wiccan, whatever, you get bombed by these porn reposting sites where they just like search for the word occult or witch or something like that. And then they porn bomb you all the time. And so that's why my account for Witch's Cauldron is locked down now, because I was getting porn bombed and my timeline was just full of all this crap. And, other creators were having the same problem and if you, even open one of the messages, then it sends it out to everybody that you follow and then just perpetuates the mess. And it's frustrating as hell. Let me see here. Do a new one. Kit Kat Linus. I can't message you, Kit Kat, because you're locked down. Joyce saying the porn bombing can be fun sometimes. Oh gosh.
Mm. Well, it's pretty sad, to be honest with you. But then again, people got to be careful who they're letting
Exactly.
out.
Exactly.
That's
I
their
did
own-
send you a follow request, Kit Kat. I know what my intuition's telling me, but I want to see the video. Joyce said she had to put extra security on her twatter. Yeah, my twatter needed a chastity belt. So you just are not listening to one damn thing I'm saying, are you?
Yeah, I am.
You're in the zone.
I'm
You're
trying to figure out. I'm trying to find these. You said it was about 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
3 years ago, I think.
I've got one back in 2019. That's
I think it was before that.
yeah. You know what? Debbie, what are you doing? I love you. I was just talking to my doctor about you today. That's right, I was.
Debbie's been a guest on Paranormal Nights. She had some weird shit, multiple experiences to talk about.
Yes, she did. Hang on a minute. Let me see this.
But and just another disclaimer, y'all, if you see stuff flying around in the background, it's my fams. Don't worry about it. You guys know when I start talking about paranormal junk, Aunt Rose shows up over here, and then my folks and my sister usually hang out over here by their pictures. So if you
Nights with Paula. I found that one. And Debbie, I just found your one. Something's missing.
I don't think it had C. Marie in the title. I don't think it had that. I think it was just a Paranormal Nights with Paula.
Hope he had something good to say. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Kit Kat, it's telling me I can't message you. She doesn't love me anymore. I'm upset. Kit Kat don't love me. Yeah, Deb's seen my aunt. Doing better, Deb. I had a rough go of it the past couple of months. People who have a background in medicine, like being an EMT and shit like that, they are the worst patients on the face of the earth because we always try. Oh, C. Marie's in here.
See, Marie. I'm trying to find that video, and I can't find it of our night. If you want to come up tonight, let me know, see, Marie.
Yeah. She said the video came up on autoplay and she didn't even click on it.
What?
Your video.
This video here, see, Marie, or the one of you in it? No. See, Marie, if you want a link, I've got you pulled up. I'll give you a link. Matter of fact, I'll just give you a link anyway, whether you want it or not. If you want to come up and talk about it, let's talk about it. If not, that's fine too, sweetie.
She didn't even click on the live stream. It came up in her autoplay.
Wow, that's weird. There it is. I just sent it to you. If you want to come up, you can. And also, I want to introduce, while we're here, I want to introduce you, Tack is in here. I was telling you about her.
Mm-hmm.
There she is. She's Tack Warrior. She's
Hello,
in.
Tack Attack.
Yep, and you will love her. She is a no nonsense gal. I'm telling you, no nonsense gal. Dang it, I can't. My daughter's here with the babies. Darn it. That's okay. You can come up any other time. You can come up any other time. Deb, if you want a link, I'll send you a link. Anybody wants a link, let me know. I'll send you a link. Tack, if you want to come up, anybody wants to come up and talk about paranormal shit, come on up.
Let me pull up my other Twitter account. If I can remember how to sign into it.
I'm looking for Deb A.
Ooh.
If y'all want to come up, come on up. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about tonight. There's Deb A. Deb had a haunted house. There you go, Deb.
Yeah, she had an elemental haunting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hers was pretty scary. But C. Maria is the one that freaked me out. And that's why I was looking for that daggum video. It's... I mean... that was scary. I just sat down in front of my PC for a minute. I was watching one of my videos. When it was over, this was playing. Wow. Well, that's cool, C. Marie.
No, that ain't it.
Deb is going to send it to you, Paula. We're on for about another hour, honey. For about another hour.
Hold on a minute. I can't remember my login to my other Twitter account. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Why I don't use it. Twitter is a cesspool. You know that?
I know it. It is. It can be. It's pretty bad. I know. Here we are. I'm not even ready. We had something completely different planned, and at the last minute, that kind of got blown out of the water, so here we are.
That's okay, though. It's like we start out on a train track with a destination in mind.
Not us.
And we take a left onto a dirt road.
Never do we do that.
Every freaking time. We did it last week.
Yes, we did.
We started out talking about John Glenn and his UFO sightings on his Mercury mission. And did we talk about it 1 minute? No. Not even 10 seconds. Not even.
No, we did not. So, yeah, well, Tack, I'm telling you, you'll love Paula. She's kind of a sassy little bitch. And that's why we get along so well.
I'm just a big bitch, honestly. That's it, pretty much.
We can wing it, Joyce says. That's right, we can. So let's talk about C. Marie.
Now that she's here, let's talk about her.
Let's talk about C. Marie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Deb said she sent it to you, so you want to look at it?
Oh, hold on. I just had it pulled up and there was nothing there.
Oh. I can't play it because there's a little one on it.
Hold on. Let me go over here. Daphne, go lay down. No, zombie with a shotgun. I don't have...
I'm sure you guys have heard this story before, but we're going to tell it again.
Well, you got some... Oh, there it is. Hold on a second.
Okay. Take your time there, Grandma. Take your time.
I'm going to mute for a moment while I review Kit Kat's grandson, who is the bee's knees, by the way, and I love him. He's awesome.
Uh-huh.
Link is the bomb.
Uh-huh. He is. He's a cute little shit.
He is the bomb. We love him.
I know. So let me tell y'all what the deal is. C. Marie is a friend of ours. I've known C. Marie since back in the Facebook days, which has been eons. 7 years ago? something like that. Anyway, so she
I'll pull the
migrated over here to
video.
YouTube. There's Deb. Hey, Deb, how's it going? So she immigrated over here to YouTube, and so do I. And we found ourselves up here together. We found each other. Well, C. Marie happened to be Uber. Next time you are on, I'll come up. Okay, honey. So C. Marie lived in this farmhouse. And it was haunted. Haunted. The entity would go after her, red glowing eyes. I saw it. Would chase her through the house. Would do nasty things to her when she was sleeping. This thing is weird. So we all decided to have her up on panel one night. And this went on for years. Years. She could hear it talk. It would do all kinds of nasty shit. It scared me, and I didn't even live there.
It tormented C. Marie, truly.
It tormented the hell out of her.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a Paranormal Nights, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the flippin' video, and I can't find it. Anyway, so we have her up on panel, and it was a good hour. Good hour she was up there with us, and we were talking about this evil thing. Well, that's her there in the thing, in the chat there, Tack. And all of a sudden, pencils get flowed all over C. Marie's desk. You could hear it. I don't know why you feel bad about that, C. Marie. Actually, that was a good show. It was cool that it happened. Hey, Lance, how you doing, honey?
Even though it scared the shit out of everybody, people
scared the living shit out of me. The living shit out of me. And, well, it scared the shit out of you. And poor Marie, she felt bad. I sent you the link you gave me for it, but it didn't work right.
I bet you've got it on private.
I could have. I sent you the link you gave me. Where at? Oh, in Twitter? Well, let me look. Let me look. Oh, I don't know where you sent it to me at, honey. It's not in Twitter. Oh, there it is, right there. Let me see what that is. Oh, that was your link. Okay, never mind. Let me go back. So anyway, pencils go flying. Things start knocking on the wall behind Paula, and our internet starts flipping out. I'm telling you, scared the shit out of me. And we've got it all on tape, and you think I could find it? No, I can't. So, okay, so did you just look at that video?
No, it won't play.
It won't play. Dadgummit. Dadgummit. I wonder why. Hey, Debbie.
It's going to make Kit Kat start cursing in a second.
Hello.
What are you doing, girl?
Not much. I'm hanging in there. How are you two doing? Paul, I'm so happy to hear that you're feeling better. I've been thinking about you.
Doing a lot better. You know, when you have like a medical background, you tend to self-diagnose.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're the worst patients on the face of this earth. Nurses, medics, EMTs, worst patients on the face of this earth. And I'm one of them. I just kind of shrugged everything off that was going on with me to my thyroid being out of whack. And it ended up, I went into full-blown diabetes. My pancreas is basically quit working.
Oh,
and
no.
I was actually my blood sugars were over 400. I had glucose over 1,000 in my urine. I was spilling protein. I was in ketoacidosis.
Oh, my gosh.
I damn near died. I damn near died and didn't even know how close I was. So, you know, folks, don't poo-poo what your body's telling you. like I did. Like, oh, I'll just wait for my regular blood work appointment in February. Blah, 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 blah. And
It's
then shock and horror. I see the glucose results come up from my urinalysis while I'm sitting there in the doctor's office. And I showed it to her. I went, holy shit, we need to talk. I was like, holy shit, Batman. This is not good.
That's what got me in the shape I'm in, is because I ignored it. And it's funny because, my loved ones, my family, I would never let them ignore anything. I'd be on them in a heart. But when it comes to us, we just think, oh, I'll be fine. Oh, it's nothing. I made more excuses for why I felt the way I did. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just old.
Yeah.
So, Tack, do you want to come up, babe, and join the girls? Hey, Mystic Angel. Anybody wants to come up? Come on up. Let me know. I'll send you a link.
Just don't ignore what your body is telling you. And, don't try to poo poo it. And, or else, well, if I'd kicked the bucket, I'd have been haunting Uber's ass right off the bat. So there's that. We have this agreement. It's going to be a mutual haunt. Whoever goes first, they get to haunt whoever's left behind.
The only thing I'm going to do to you is make sure that your dildos get thrown out of the drawer and on the ground, and they're just buzzing all over your bedroom. You'll know.
Well, at least mine have batteries in them. Yours doesn't even have a fucking battery in it.
You'd be going, damn you, Uber. What the hell are you doing?
But then you could really freak her out by making it work, even without the battery.
I was going to say that hillbilly microphone you have hanging up there next to your desk, or you used to have hanging up next to your desk, you probably put it away by now.
Guess what I found?
The batteries?
No. Guess it. Make another guess.
What did you find?
I found the video.
Oh, the one with C. Marie in it?
Yes. I think I did. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can cue it up. She's going to get you some help, honey. Oh, look at you.
This man promised to help and he didn't help, and he's like on a bunch of TV shows, and I can't think of his name. Bill somebody, I think.
Hear that?
I don't know. He was supposed to help. But nothing ever.
I got it, baby.
Okay.
When it comes to help, I appreciate it.
Are you?
A lot of folks.
Are you sharing the video or just the sound?
No, I was just the sound. I was trying to cue it up.
Okay.
You want to watch a little bit of it, guys? Let's do this. Deb, you can tell.
So you got a lot of new people in here, so you might as well, show it out. Look at Paula with that Miss Clairol hair. Goodness gracious.
Woo! Thanks, C. Marie. I love you, baby.
Well, I sent the link.
Groovy, Deb. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Here we go.
Do this, do it under the radar. That's why I get so angry with some of the shows, especially like the Dead Files where they leave the homeowners hanging. I would never leave a homeowner hanging like that. Because I always, try to put them in contact with someone that I know can help, or try and help them myself, or do,
good.
My team will do like a minor rite of exorcism, because a house clearing and then followed by a blessing is in essence a minor rite of exorcism in the Catholic Church. But when it comes to full blown, rites of exorcism, that second time Father Dally had to come out and handle it. And then after that, it was okay. And the family was fine. But, he had to do it. And it took a trained exorcist. There's only 8 of them that handle North America.
We are talking about C. Marie's house.
Yeah.
She's going to get you some help, honey. Follow through with this. Follow through with Paula. She's amazing.
I will. I want the thing out.
Yeah.
I know
you don't need to be
other ones
tormented.
that bother me. I don't worry about them. I don't. It's just that thing. And it's like when
Mhm.
I get EVPs from the ones that seem nice,
Karen.
a lot of them are help me pray. You hear that
Mhm.
a lot, help me pray.
Oh my
What
gosh.
am
Cam
I,
up, babe.
why did they need help and what am I
Okay.
praying for? There's so many questions.
Do you
Yeah.
believe it's the house or it's land?
It's the land.
Yeah, there you
100%.
go.
I'll be out in the
Yeah.
woods and they're saying my name in the woods.
Oh my God, Carmen.
Yeah, especially, if it's an upper level demon, they can be holding back. There is something banging up and down my siding trying to get in, and it's pissed because it can't.
Did you guys hear that? Here it goes.
Trying to get in, and it's pissed because it can't.
I'm gonna. Here we go again.
My siding trying to get in, and it's pissed because it can't.
Hear that?
Down my siding trying to get in, and it's pissed because it can't. They
Here
can't.
it goes.
They can possibly be keeping other souls, like especially from the
Okay,
battlefield.
stop right there. I hear something banging myself. Did you
hear
guys
it.
hear it?
I hear it.
Yep, you heard it. Yep, there it goes. There it goes. You heard it. Yep, there it goes.
My pit bull's losing his shit. It's all right, man. It's okay. Mama's got this. It's okay. It's okay.
Hang on just a second. Marie said the last time I saw it got me. It was horrible. It came up to my face, black mass face, and opened its jaw all the way. I haven't taken a nap in 3 years because of it. Okay, here we go. Keep listening. You okay, Paula?
I got this.
My friend in California that was helping me for years and years and years stopped. And I said this in another stream. He said my thing went to him and it scared him so bad he stopped helping me.
Oh my God.
So I don't want my thing going to you.
It ain't. It won't come. It won't get in here. I got news. I mean, I've had, I think it's more than one too, Kelly. I've had elementals try and get in my house and everything else. So that was kind of weird, but
See?
yeah.
We all heard it.
Whenever I try to get help from someone, something like this happens.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Paula's got
Blue
this,
eyes.
Carmen.
That was at my house, not at Carmen's.
I just have glasses being knocked over.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And it's
why
so
they don't want you to
funny.
get help.
And it's so funny when I was telling my better half about this, and he's like, "Sure, that thing can't come through the computer and end up here?" And I was like, "No, honey, I got this shit."
He was worried about my thing, about my whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's happened, and that sucks.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's good. It's gone.
I have friends that won't even chat with me on the computer because they're
baby.
scared that it'll do things.
Paula's
not
got
me.
this, sweetie. We're okay.
They're not me. I got this.
I'm sorry.
Lady Raiden said her lamp just flickered.
Seriously?
Yep.
No
Guys,
one's
if you could all just
You've got about, I'd say about 5 Wiccans in here.
Could I have all of my witches please throw up a protective white light around everyone, please?
Bentley.
I'm gonna cuss, but this makes me feel like shit.
No, don't. No,
Mm.
don't. Mm.
Yeah, I felt so bad for her. So the pencils already went flying, and remember,
Are
did
your
you
knockings done?
did you guys hear all the stopping?
Are you still
starting
there,
of the
Carmen?
Video.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reiki would be wonderful, Callie. Everybody, if you just like imagine a bright white bubble of divine light surrounding you, say a little prayer protection, please.
Can't find my rosary. What the hell?
You're being surrounded with, oh, Carmen dropped out.
Yeah, it was crazy. Did she drop out?
I think so, yeah.
Bless her heart.
She got booted.
Of course, they're fighting it.
Of course, they're fighting it because you've got a whole community coming together
Yep.
to cast light around you and protect you, Carmen.
Yep.
It doesn't like it. You've got people from all walks of life coming together.
Yep. You can try coming back in. If you want, you have the link, baby.
Click on the link and come on back in,
Come back
Carmen.
in. This was an unusual night from the beginning. Come on, babe. Right, Tony?
Okay, Carmen. If you prefer to stay out, that's fine.
Yeah, she's in the chat, Tabby. Oh my gosh. I heard that knocking just as plain as day.
Yeah, you're knocking on the. I have aluminum siding because I'm a.
Hey, Ami's Kitchen.
The fire marshal in me
Veronica?
won't replace it with
Thank you for
vinyl.
coming in. There she is again.
Oh, there she is again.
Thank goodness. Thank you for coming back.
Coming back, baby.
I'm trying.
But I'm a fire marshal, and I won't replace my old aluminum siding because vinyl siding's like hanging gasoline on the side of your house. I won't do it.
Kelly wants to know, Carmen, if you feel the warmth in your right hand. Hey, Brenda.
I'm having problems. Hang on.
Kelly wants to know, Carmen, if you feel the warmth in your right hand.
No. I'm having problems. Hang on.
Yep, she was having.
No, I don't feel any warmth on my hand. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Carmen, you can.
Joy and EVP says,
You're
in good shape, sweetie.
My hand feels normal.
Okay, you're good.
All right.
You're good. But boy, the top of my head sure is a tingling. And you know, that's the reason why my sister's hanging out back here.
Yeah.
She's over here fighting demons, literally.
Brenda.
See, this makes me not want to do these kind of things, Uber, because if it's messing with other people.
Wow. Doesn't mess with me very long.
The good thing is Paula's taking the brunt for all of us, and she can handle this. All the other ladies that are in the chat, they're doing the same thing. Everybody in the chat. Okay, let's see. I think that's about it of that.
Yeah, that was about it. But
darn, it took me forever to find
double down with some really.
I need to make sure I give myself a like. I worked hard on that.
Yeah, no shit, man.
So, I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. I'm going to put that on public.
Um,
I have a hard
and
time.
Kit Kat, I did see the video. The one thing, a lot of what I saw could have come from the rabbit was moving around, and it could have been dust particles, but there were two orbs that took like a hard turn and changed direction, and they seem to be lit from within. Those are usually either spirit, um, or it can be God's guardians and angels. And yes, Lynn's, sorry. Um, but I think that it isn't like, I think those were his guides and guardians there with him. I didn't sense anything like ominous or anything like that. Kit Kat, he's protected. He's
He
got,
is protected.
so I didn't sense anything bad at all. And C. Marie still has issues. Even though she's moved, she's got issues in the new place. And a lot of times, once you deal with something that powerful and that evil, you're kind of marked. Just like I was marked by the one that I dealt with on an investigation down in Richmond, Virginia.
See, Marie, can I show this one that you showed me? You showed me two of them. Can I show it? Do I have your permission to play it?
But it can attach to you and you can take it with you. And the only thing that will stop it is for you to go through an exorcism. They are, I mean, I think Carmen has some abilities, and people with abilities, especially empaths, or in mediums. There are two that the two kind of walks of life that have to get attachments, paranormal attachments the most. One is, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm finished listening. I'm just queuing up, babe.
One is paranormal investigators, because a lot of them get cocky and don't do protections and don't take things seriously. And two is empaths, psychics, and mediums. And usually those empaths, psychics, and mediums that get attachments are ones who have not learned how to use their abilities fully, and those who have not learned how to protect themselves. And, you know, Uber knows from going through training with my friend Marta, who's an extremely gifted psychic. Her very first lesson is how to protect yourself and the importance of protecting yourself, because you can literally burn your brain out and make it mush without being, you know, making sure that you protect yourself, you stay grounded, you stay centered, and you don't, you know, people who have abilities are a beacon for good energy and bad.
Right.
So, you know, if you don't learn how to discern the good from the bad, it's extremely easy to get an attachment, and then they're really hard to get rid of.
That's why you always have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Always cover yourself in white light, head to toe, you know, so, and make sure, you know, you have your rosary or your something. I can't find my rosary. I don't know what the hell. It was on my desk. What happened to it? I don't like that.
I'm
So,
gonna say, Kit Kat, you are loved, darling.
very much so. So, Unitonica says that she tell me about these zaps. I'm interested in what you mean by zaps, Uni. And she gets disorientated.
Well, there can be a very mundane explanation for that. And a lot of people are going through something very, very similar. Um, about, I want to say 6 months ago, the Earth moved into what's called a photonic light belt. It has not been here in this light for, I want to say, several hundred years. So it's the first time anybody
Right.
that is alive right now is experiencing this. And the Earth's kind of magnetic field is down a little bit from this going through this photonic light belt. And the magnetic field around the sun is weakened right now. And so with that, there are all kinds of what are called coronal mass ejections and solar flares going on right now. There is a website called spaceweather.com. And you can go on that and see when the coronal mass ejections and the solar flares occur. And a lot of time, if you feel like your energy is like just crazy, you can't put your finger on what's going on, you're feeling so kind of drained afterwards, feels electrical, and I get tired. The very common symptoms are exhaustion, fatigue, migraines, and nausea. Those are the most common effects. And our bodies are not used to this extra photonic, extra bright white light hitting us all the time. So our bodies are fighting to adjust to this new light frequency. So that's what's been going on.
Okay, let's
Lindsay's got to go. She's got to go get some sleep. It's early in the morning there.
Yeah, it's
in the
early
UK.
there. See you, Lance. Thank you, honey.
C. Marie said she.
Oh, I'm sorry. Marie said she had a story I need to share with you next time. It's about a boy I saw in a car accident. I held his hand. He passed in the car. I saw him in my living room the next day.
Mm-hmm. See, I think C. Marie is a medium and she doesn't really know it.
Right. So,
and yeah.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I want to show these, and I want to get to Deb's story.
Okay.
Deb's story is scary. Okay, here we go. This is C. Marie. She said, the past 3 nights they've been turning on toys and the smoke alarm. I asked it to get by my cat, and there is a very fast orb to the left. I didn't catch it right away. It's so fast, but after I asked it to touch him, he shakes his head. Something did touch him. Look at the black cord to the left of him. There is an orb flashing. So here we go. Hang on. Let me get this big... Okay.
Can you get by my cat?
Here we go.
Can you get by my cat? Or touch him? That was weird. Did you touch him?
Okay, let's watch it again.
Can you get by my cat?
There you go.
Or touch him?
Do you see it?
Yeah. It like went right through the cat's
That was
head.
weird. Did you touch him?
There you go. And then there's this one she sent me. Hang on. Dadgummit. And there's this one, another one. I saw sparkle in the corner and I grabbed my phone and got this. Huge orbs and a man says lower. So watch this.
Can you say anything?
Hang on, here
So I
we
know
go.
it's you? Can you say anything? So I know it's you?
See it up here? Wow.
Can you say anything? So I know it's you?
Right there. Ooh, it's flying. Holy Hannah. One more.
Can you say anything so I know it's you?
Yep. So there you go. We need to have C. Marie up here for sure. Again,
Exactly.
you know. So anyway, everybody, I want you to meet Deb. She's a good friend of ours. And she has been through the mill of a lot of shit. And she lived in a haunted house. Deb?
Actually, I lived in more than one haunted house. And that was my question, Paula. It's, sometimes I wonder, and I this might sound nuts, but if every house has energy in it, but only some people can feel it or are aware of it.
Absolutely. It's like everything in a home can hold energy, the walls, the floors, everything. And the land can hold energy. Where my house was built, it was part of a plantation during the Civil War. And I have like soldiers marching through my house. They're okay. They're just like residual energy going back and forth. It's like they play on loop. Okay.
Right.
Residual energy is like played on loop. Then you have, people can create, if they're really negative and nasty, they can create these things called PKs. And especially if a child who is dealing with something extremely traumatic, they don't know what to do with that energy from the trauma. And a lot of people, especially um, people who have been like molested or assaulted, sexually assaulted, they internalize and they don't get help like they should. And you finally found them, huh?
Yes, it was bothering me.
Yeah, I knew it would be. Um, but the land can hold the energy. Objects within a home can hold energy. You can create your own thing called a PK. And until you deal with the emotional scars, the PK will never go away. And in fact, they can get stronger and stronger and stronger and actually sap your energy as you let it go. So the only way to get rid of PK is to get like therapy and deal with the trauma. So everything can have residual energy, but not a lot of people. We walk around so blind to what's going on in our world. I mean, everybody's walking around like this with their freaking cell phones, and they're not really paying attention to the natural flow of energy within the house or on the earth, stuff like that. And they just don't even recognize it until someone else points it out to them. Like Uber's sister had something go off on one of her security cams.
Mm-hmm.
And Uber's like, well, I'm not seeing anything. Why did it go off? And it's like I took my little editing pen and went right there, and there was the outline of a dude.
Right.
Wow.
Right there.
Right there, and I didn't see it. But then after she, outlined it, and it's a spirit that's right outside of her house and that sets off her cameras.
All right, I have another question, and I don't know if I'm going to make sense at all or if I can even form the question in a way that explains what I mean. All right, we know that there's energy in these homes, in every home.
Mhm.
Now, the very first house that I had, the really evil one,
Right.
Mhm.
that energy was strong and it was immediate. We had bought that house from, only one family had lived in it before,
Right.
and that energy was there. It was strong. My second house that I restored had only had two other families in that house. That took a little while. And then my 200-year-old house in Ohio, um, that one was part of the Underground Railroad. It was part of, so many historical things. Grant had visited the house and, they were friends with it. But anyways, that had several owners. So it took longer for me to connect with whatever this was in the house or
Mhm.
whatever they were. So I guess that's my question. Each family leaves behind energy or memories.
Mm-hmm.
So the very first house, it was immediate because only one other family had lived there. The second house, it took a little while before I was aware, or, it didn't happen right away. But once it did, I mean, even my daughter would be downstairs and she'd think I was pacing the floors because of the footsteps. And, once it started and I tuned into it, it was very apparent. And then
Mhm.
this third house, it took a little while longer, but several families had lived there. So there were like several layers of energy. So the first layer from the first family might not have been as strong as, am I making sense? You,
Absolutely.
okay.
Because depending on, like, the house with the Underground Railroad, you probably picked up on some of the energies from that probably fairly quick, because that was such a heightened state of
Yes.
emotion.
Yes.
And even the more heightened the emotion, good or bad, either love, anger, whatever it may be, the more heightened it is, the easier it is for it to imprint. And then for someone who is sensitive to be able to pick up on it. But like that first house, is that the one where the kid had been practicing satanic
Yes.
rituals
Yes.
and conjured the elemental that he couldn't get rid of?
Right.
And something like that, that's called malignant magic. And it grows over time and gets more and more violent, until eventually, it'll take somebody. It can burn the house down, it can flood you out,
Well,
it
you
can.
know what? It's funny you say that. I looked that house up recently
Mhm.
and I found something called, I don't know, some type of a real estate fire report. Um, so we bought the house after it had been on fire. We didn't know that it had burned before.
Right.
When we lived in it, it burned down. Well,
Right.
not down all the way. So, that's why when I sold it, and at that time, you didn't have to tell that, but
Right.
I made sure. And I also would not sell it to anybody with kids because of what I went through with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So now that time, the house flooded itself. But the man that bought it, who was a veteran, disappeared after the first week and nobody ever found him again. Nobody knows to this day what happened to that man. He
Wow.
was just gone. That's when I called his realtor and begged them to go look for him in the house because I had visions of him, but they did, and nobody was there.
Right.
So anyways, I looked up this fire report. That house has burned 5 times. So then I went and I did the Google map. I just wanted to see the house, what it looked like now, and it was gone. There was a whole new house there because I guess,
No.
yes, I couldn't believe. I'm looking and I'm thinking, wait a minute. Now I can see the neighbor's house, and the 2-story white house was gone. There's a whole new house there.
Doesn't matter. That bound elemental is
They'll
still
be
there.
there.
And the
Yeah, it's
only
on the
way
map.
that they'll be able, the house is either going to continue to flood or it's going to continue to burn, because there was a water elemental and a fire elemental trapped. And so it will continue to burn and flood until they get something called a chaos magician to come in there and get that back under control and send the elementals back where they belong.
And that, you know what, we did not take any, we were told, because I think I told you the day that our house burned, the previous owner was there in the driveway crying and telling us, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And he had a psychic come to the house, and she contacted me and she told me, don't take anything from that house. Don't, nothing, I don't care what, I mean, there was nothing we could take because
Nothing.
everything was in such bad shape.
Mhm.
But she made sure to tell us not to take anything because there was something attached to that house and she didn't want it following us. And, I didn't believe in any of that stuff back then. I thought, what the hell? I mean, I believed in my own abilities because I knew from a child I could sense things and I was aware of things. So it's not that I didn't believe, but I wasn't aware of, how deep and how, evil it could be.
Yeah, I mean, depending on that's why I always say, these people who, number one, buy haunted dolls, and number two, buy quote unquote owned by a witch or Wiccan or whatever, like ritual tools, whenever I use my athame to cast a circle of protection, what I'm doing with that athame is of like divine white light, and it's of, a higher frequency, and it's pure love and divine light, right? So there's not anything bad attached with that athame. But if I work, like lower level magic or some kind of baneful magic or something like that, I'll tell you what, the few times that I have cursed or hexed somebody, now they freaking deserved it. And two, don't lie. You're so bad, C. Marie. That's hysterical. But don't buy, haunted dolls or anything like that. But like if I've cursed somebody, I take all the remnants of what was involved in that, and I bury it so far from my house because I don't want it anywhere near me. And then I come in and I do a full ritual cleansing of my house to get any residual energy out. I cleanse my tools and everything else. And because you can draw that back in, I don't want to leave anything behind for somebody else to pick up. Like when I decide to finally leave this plane of existence, I don't want my poor, niece that doesn't know shit about magic picking my stuff up and saying, oh, what a cool knife Aunt Paula had. I very specifically said in my will that this is supposed to go to my coven, to my trad, and they will know what to do with my magical items to cleanse them and, make them safe and stuff. And so, if you have somebody who is a magical practitioner, that's a practitioner of the darker arts or the baneful arts, or invoking, making pact witchcraft, making deals with demons and servitors and golems to do their bidding and stuff, then, you know, that stays and it's very powerful and you get hit with it like right in the face. If you're insensitive, you can almost immediately pick up on it. And then, but if you're by a house where there wasn't a lot of trauma, there was a lot of joy, a lot of love, there wasn't a lot of fussing and fighting, there were no murders. Somebody may have died in the house, like grandma, grandpa may have passed away in the house or something like that. But if they passed peacefully and they weren't suffering and sick, then 9 times out of 10, they're going to pass over. And all you're going to feel is the love in the house. You're not going to feel the trauma. Go ahead.
My 200-year-old house, the minute I walked in, I could feel different, I don't know, different energies, but none of them felt bad. I felt like that house was, the minute I walked in, that was my house.
Mm-hmm.
And my male friend who just was humoring me by even going to look at it because it was not anything that he wanted. Nothing. We went as just to because I wanted to see it because it was old and historical.
Mm-hmm.
And when we left and we were driving home, he said, "I think we found our house." And I said, "What?" And he said, "I can't explain it." He said, "I got such a protective feeling about this house that, he said, it made no sense to him. He said, "But I think we found our house."
Mm-hmm.
So when we moved in,
Shit.
and like I
Sorry.
said, oh, I'm sorry, what?
No, that was my mistake. Sorry. I was
Oh,
trying to type to Jonathan.
when we moved in, again, I didn't sense anything nasty, anything mean. There was such a feeling, such a good feeling in the house. I knew nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Mike actually had, I think I told you the
Yeah.
first experience, and he thought he heard kids giggling and
Mm.
pulling his toes, and he thought it was me playing a trick on him. And he said it's like 2 young children. So, little things were happening. And that's when I looked up the history and found out that the original family had 3 children die in like a 2-week period.
That's
And
crazy, Deb.
and they were I think 5, 4, and 2 years old. So a lot of what happened in our house, like I would go in the bathroom and find the whole roll of toilet paper unrolled on the floor. Like somebody, just went and I had no cats. I had, there was nobody to do it. Little things like that. There was nothing. The only time I got a little bit, and I wasn't spooked, but I was standing in the kitchen and I was cooking and something came up behind me. And all of a sudden I was wrapped in an odor unlike anything I've ever smelled. And it smelled like body odor and dirt and dirty clothes. And my immediate thought was somebody was behind me, and I jumped and I looked and there was nobody there. And I could literally walk away from that odor and then walk back into it. And then
Wow.
and then it dawned on me in that time, that's probably how people smelled
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't
Well,
bathe often.
and if your house was part of the Underground Railroad,
Yep,
they were literally running for their lives.
yep,
They were not concerned about how they smelled, and you're right. People did not bathe all the time. You know,
Right.
you had if it's Friday night, it's or Saturday night, you get bathed. Dad goes first, then mom, then the kids. And, you know, you use one damn tub of water back then. And, you know, that's why the throwing the baby out with the
Yep,
bath
with the
water, that's how that came from, because the baby was the last one to get
Yep.
washed.
Exactly.
And you know, it's like you did that on Saturday night to be clean for church on Sunday. So, you know, it's not surprising. And it's, I mean, just hearing you talking, I'm not picking up anything malevolent around you
no.
or anything like that. And, you know, they were doing, the people who were helping the slaves in the being a house on the Underground Railroad, they were doing something very noble and um, kind and from a loving place.
Yes.
So how could there be anything negative? And the people who went through there were so appreciative, even though they were scared and they were afraid that somebody might come after them and, you know, stuff like that. They were so appreciative that they were out of the situation that they came from. So
Mm-hmm.
there's not like that bad residual energy associated with that. Now you may, you know, feel like a kid, you know, tugging at your back, or, you know, in the unrolling of the toilet paper. You know, they didn't have that back then. And so that's something new. That's something fun for them to do.
Oh, they one night I had my phone next to the bed, and Mike was out of town. I was home alone, and I had gone out into the living room, and all the couch cushions were lined up on the floor. I said, "What's that?" So I ran back in and I took a picture and I sent it to him. And I went back out to the kitchen. I got something to drink, made a cup of tea, went back into the room about an hour later. And in the old federal houses, there were big cupboards next to the fireplaces.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I came in to find the cupboard wide open. So I took a picture real quick and sent it to Mike. And you know, I think I have
Wow.
visitors. Well, later that night, I put my phone down, you know, turned my light off, and I'm laying there, you know, just about to doze off, and my camera starts going off.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, what the? You know, first it shocked me because the room lit up, you know, from the flash. And I heard the click, but I didn't connect it with my phone or with the camera. And it was like, oh my God, what was that? And then it happened again. So so I picked up the phone, and it was all pictures of that cabinet that the doors had opened. I
Oh,
mean,
God.
but that's where my phone was aimed, you know, in that direction. But it
Right.
was nothing ever bad, you know. I never felt anything
God.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
I mean, you know, it's like I live in, you know, the middle of Manassas battlefield.
Oh, I want to come visit you so badly. You have no clue.
And, you know, usually, you know, there's a lot of residual energy. You pick up a lot of battle noises and stuff like that. But you also have some that will intelligently interact with you along the way. And the last time my ghost hunting buddy Alex and I took some folks down, it's called the Old Railroad Cut. And it's on a part of the battlefield where a lot of people don't go. It's down an dirt road, and there are some houses further back, um but the part where the cut is, there aren't any houses right there. And it was the summertime, and I had this one little ghost who was only about 18 or 19 years old. The women, we were all wearing our shorts and tank tops, and he kept rubbing our arms and up the backs of our legs because he had never seen that much skin before.
Wow.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so he would run his hands up the back of your leg, and it felt like, a spider web coming up the back of your leg and stuff. So, a lot of times, like I said, if they were an asshole, if the person who died was an asshole
Right.
in
In
life, they're
life.
going to be an asshole in
Yeah.
as a spirit.
Right.
But, those are few and far between. And most of the time, the spirit that you run into, unless you've had somebody do something stupid like conjuring and not knowing what they're doing and leaving stuff behind, then most of the time haunts are fairly benign.
I laugh,
Um,
I watch see Marie's cat respond, and
Yes.
my dog and cat would stare. First of all, we only had a dog when we moved in, and he would stare right at this one spot. And I mean, just he never took his eyes off of it. Then we adopted a cat after we had been there 2 years. And the first night the cat was there, she's walking across the room, and all of a sudden her back went up and she starts staring right at that same spot. So, I found that interesting. And the funniest part, because like I said, it didn't scare me, but Mike was on the couch and I was in the other room. And all of a sudden, him and the dog come flying in the room at me. And he said,
Here.
"Oh my God, oh my." I said, "What? What happened?" He said, "Somebody just walked through the hallway." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Somebody's in the house." So I came
Oh,
out, and
shit.
we had so many doors. These old houses, they have doors all over the place.
mhm.
And I checked the back door, I checked the basement door, the door to the root cellar. I checked the front door and the side. I said, "The doors are all locked." And he's looking at me and he's got this strange look. He said, "No, you don't understand. She walked past this doorway and just kept on going." So,
Oh my God. Oh,
and it was so, I mean, the look on him, I don't think he would be alone. I mean, he followed me everywhere for about 2 weeks. He didn't want to be alone in
well,
any
no.
room.
Hell no.
Well,
I
see,
was
it used to always freak my, I don't know what to call him anymore. It used to freak my better half Dwight um out, like on my birthday every year since my sister passed. I would wake up my side of the bed, there would be a dime, a nickel, and a quarter lined up on the floor next to the bed. And it's, my mom, my dad, and my sister leaving me a happy birthday wish. And he would always freak out. He's like, "There anything on your side of the bed?" And I'd look down, I'm like, "Yep, there's some money on the floor." He's like, "Did they see what we were doing last night?" I'm like, "Shut up, Dwight." And
Paula, what is the significance of them leaving money?
just to get your attention, to make sure you're paying attention.
Because
And it's like my mother leaves me feathers. Like, I find feathers on my stove. There is a bird guard over my vent that, the hood vents outside. So there's no way that a bird can get in there. And I'll find every, year or so around her birthday, I usually find a feather on the stove. When my dad's around, I hear the click of a Zippo, and then I can smell Salem menthol cigarettes, and I know my dad's around. My sister sends me a white butterfly. I was out, about 2.5 weeks ago, and I mean, it was still kind of chilly here. It's like only like in the high 40s or so. And a white butterfly started flying around my head. And I'm like, it is too cold for a white butterfly to be out right now. So, you know, they do things, they send you signs, they let you know that they're thinking about you, that they're still with you, that they love you. Um, you know,
Well,
and
my husband, after he died, he used to collect coins. He loved the wheat pennies. He
mhm,
had, and I would find a wheat penny on in the weirdest spots. And it seemed like it was always when I needed him. But I'd find one on my keyboard, right in the middle of the keyboard. Or, like you said, I'd find one in my bed, and it was always a wheat penny. And those aren't that common. And, you just don't see them that often. But
right.
yeah, and whenever I find one, that's why I wondered why it was a coin that they left. I mean, I know they say pennies from heaven. Your
Mhm.
family sends you dimes. You're
Well, you know,
richer.
it's funny. My dad started out with the nickels, and then when my mom died, you know, she's like, okay, I'm going to up the ante. And my sister Sandy and I used to laugh about it. And I was like, all right, Sandra, when we croak, we're going to leave something better than a nickel or a dime. And so she started leaving quarters. And I even said to her, I was like, Jesus Christ, Sandy, when you said you'd send something, you'd show me something, leave something better than a nickel or a dime. I meant paper, bitch. And then that morning, and I laughed it off. That morning, I put on a pair of brand new uniform pants. I had just got them from our, stash at work, and still had the 511 tags on them, the whole 9 yards. Stuck my hand in the pocket, and out came a $20 bill.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So, and that was after I had said, Jesus Christ, can't you do that? That a freaking quarter? That's not what I had in mind,
They listen.
And, that was like, and it's like when I got married to my first husband, I didn't change my name for a very long time because I didn't want to change my name because of my professional certifications and everything through the fire department. It was a thing. And it took me probably a year before I changed my name. And I was going to go, and it's like, I knew exactly where our marriage certificate was because I'd take that to Social Security and all that other happy junk. Right. And it wasn't there. And I was like, wait a minute. I said, Ed, do you have our marriage certificate for some reason? Well, no, it's in that box in the blah, 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 where the wedding album is. I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, yes, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. So we tear our house apart, can't find it. So I go to the courthouse to get a copy the next day. And it was just such a thing. It took me 6 hours to get a copy of my marriage certificate because they couldn't figure out which building, whether it was the main courthouse or if it had been archived and da 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 da. And so, it just became such a thing. And then when they finally found it, there was this little old couple there getting married. So then I had to wait for them to be the witness for the marriage, for the magistrate to marry this little old couple that were in their 80s. And so it was just such a thing. I come home, and Ed's there. He's like, what took so long? I'm like, you don't even want to know. And I go to the same box where the wedding album was and go to put it in. And there's the original certificate right there.
Oh, wow.
And I had gone through all this, and that was my sign. My dad did not want me to change my name because it was about a year later. My ex lost his mind and started messing around. And then it wasn't very long after that I was filing for divorce. And so then I had to go back through it all again. to change my name back. So my dad hides things on me. That's his big gig. He gets a big giggle out of it. It pisses me off.
Well,
But
listen, we are coming up to an hour and a half.
yep.
I just want to show one thing more before we leave. And I think we need to do a show on this subject, and it's shadow people. And this right here is C. Marie caught one at her property, and this is her recording. And then, let me see. Got it? You guys see it?
Yep.
Okay, watch where the light is with the door. You'll see it walk by.
Oh my god, you guys. I was in the barn just messing around. I took the ghost box, a flashlight, and my phone. And when I was in there, there were noises everywhere. I'm talking really loud noises. But it could have been raccoons, you know, a lot of it. But a lot of it, it almost sounded like somebody was tossing stuff around. It was to the point where I couldn't take it anymore and I had to leave. Which when I do the barn ghost hunt, don't worry, with my husband I won't leave. But I went over some of the video. I still have a bunch of video to go over. I caught an actual shadow person. The real deal. My husband agreed with me. There is no possible way that could have been me. Like a shadow, me causing it. No, just watch it for yourself. I caught something. And I caught a shadow person in that barn before, years and years and years ago. I have to find that clip. I have the picture of it, but it was like a man, and this might be a woman. I can't tell what it is. But you guys, I actually caught a freaking shadow person. And also in the video, there's EVPs, and I need to find a way to make them louder for you. But one, right when this happens, like right after the shadow person passes by, a man says something, and it starts with a C sound. I don't know if it's Carmen or come here or come over, something like that. I need to try to get that louder so you guys can hear that. You guys, this is something genuine and something kind of amazing, and I had to share with you. Just turned on. Just now turned on.
Wow.
It's a busy day over here. It's a busy day. Just turned on when I was talking to you. Okay. Mr. Flashlight. I can't do it with one hand. All right. So there you go. I couldn't wait to share this with you. Like I said, I have a whole video I need to put together, go through, listen for evidence, look around for evidence. But this caught my eye right away. I had to take a clip of it, and I had to show you guys because it's amazing. You can't see it now probably, but it just passes through. I broke this down for you, but it's just amazing. It passes through and
There you go.
okay, you'll see it. I'm just
was
this is
just
something like is kind of gold
Yep.
when it comes to getting evidence. This is like the mother lode of evidence. It's a real shadow person walking. You can see it. I can't tell if it's a man or a woman. Almost looks like there might be a coat, like a coat tail, or you guys decide for yourself. I can't believe I caught it. So here it is. I broke it down for you. Let me know what you think. I'm in shock.
Isn't that creepy? Oh, shit. Ooh. I'm telling ya.
Oh,
I'm
You know,
telling ya.
stop.
when my house, that my first one, the really evil one, that was so intense, but it was over just a short period of time before it burned and I never went back. I can't imagine, C. Marie, going through that for as long as you have. I know how
Creepy,
terrified
huh?
I was. Yeah. to go
Creepy.
through it for that long.
So, what we're gonna do here, and now for Paula's health, we're gonna do Paranormal Nights every other Thursday. So we won't have one next Thursday, but the following one we will, and C. Marie will be up here then, um, to talk about much more. She's got a lot more to show us.
Yep.
So, yeah, and now she can talk about where she lived. Before she had to keep it a secret, but now she doesn't because she doesn't live there anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, I just love you, Deb. You're a sweetheart.
We do. We
No,
love
I
us. to
love
death.
you. I love you both. You know
You've
that.
been, you've been doing okay?
Um, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fibber.
I'll have to call you. Yeah, I'll call you.
Gonna say you'll have to get the deets, Uber.
Yeah, I'll call you and get the details.
No, you know what? I have good days and I have bad days. You know how
That's
that goes,
yeah. That's what I was telling my doctor today.
you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, today, this last week has been pretty good.
Well,
But
good.
then today, just rolling over in bed, I get out of breath. So
Mm,
it's like there no rhyme or reason. You don't know from day to
yeah.
day. You just get up and you go with it.
Yeah, I hear you, honey. Well, listen, kids, I'm gonna nip this in the bud. My legs are killing me. So, we will be back up in a couple weeks, and we will have C. Marie on then, and anybody else that wants to come up. But we got a whole bunch more to talk about. I can barely stand myself. So,
You should bathe more often then.
I should what? Bathe more?
Bathe more often. Yeah.
Aren't
I
you
know.
funny?
Thank you both for having me. And
Deb,
Paula,
anytime.
I am thrilled that you're better. You've been in my thoughts.
I
So,
a lot of people said a lot of prayers and they were felt and appreciated. And I'm glad I'm feeling better too. I'm getting
Love you too,
more
C.
back to my
well, you were number 6 on my prayer list. That
I
doesn't mean
appreciate
it doesn't mean you didn't. You know what? I have such a long prayer list that I had to write names down.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I tried to write them in the order of who needed them the most. And so that just means that there were 5 people worse off than you in my mind. So,
Well, there you go. But you know what? You made the list, Paula.
oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
on a lot of lists. I
You
want to
made a
say.
list.
You made it immediately. So, anyways, take care,
Well, I
everybody.
love you, Deb, and I'll give you a call later on this week, honey.
Okay. All right.
All
Love you
right,
guys.
everybody. I want to say goodbye to everybody, and God bless. And Paula, thank you so much. It was just kind of like old times, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We got Stella got her groove back, I reckon.
There you go, honey. There you go. With that being said, everybody, I'm going to say adios, amigos, and we'll talk to you.